Oh boy, well, it's episode 20 from season 1. It's time for Live with Kelly and Mark. We're going to do the telecast. Maybe I'm going to talk, maybe I'm not. I got a million things going on. But I will tell you, Michael J. Fox is on this episode. Some other person who's not as important as Michael J. Fox is on this episode, but back in the 80s was probably considered more important than Michael J. Fox for a couple years until Back to the Future came out. And he lived with an older, white, successful actress who let him stay in her house. How about that, being a struggling actor in Hollywood, and because some established white actress that has been around for 30 years lets you stay for free, rent-free in her $1 million mansion because she thinks you're sexy. The question is, did Andrew McCarthy have sex with the woman? He'll never tell us, but I bet he did. And something about spoiling dogs. Anyway, I missed the first, 5 minutes. Or no, I didn't. I missed the first 45 seconds or 90 seconds. Who cares? Enjoy it. If you want to like it, I really don't give a crap.
I read the most fascinating article.
Tell me.
Yes. America's most spoiled dog breeds revealed.
Oh. Any dog living in our house.
Yes. I think 60% of people always think that the breed they have is the most spoiled because they like to think that they
spoil their dogs
very, very much. But you'll be surprised to know that non-sporting dogs like bulldogs, Boston Terriers, and Shiba Inus are some of the nation's most luxuriated breeds.
What's the number one most spoiled dog?
Australian Shepherd, Border Collie, or Corgi.
Oh. The official dog of Her Majesty the Queen. May she rest in peace.
I thought it would be like Pomeranians, right? Or Shih Tzus.
Oh, yeah.
I know 2 Shih Tzus that would dispute this article entirely. Let me tell you something. If we raised our children the way we raise these dogs,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. They have their sweaters on.
Yeah. You think we ever got our kids matching sweaters for Christmas?
We go
Put them under the trees.
We go hiking in the mountains.
They don't walk.
They don't walk.
They have carried.
No, they don't walk.
They are carried.
They get carried in baby carriers for dogs.
In defense of these dogs, it's at altitude. It's 10,000 feet. They can't breathe, those little noses.
You used to march our kids up to 13,000 feet. They were 6, 7, 8 years old, and they'd complain, and you'd say, "Quit whining." They go to sporting events. And they get merch.
We take them to the beach.
You never took your kids to the beach? Not once? And I argue you did get matching sweaters for Lola and Joaquin when they were younger, and they traded them for ketamine. And then they went to the beach and smoked it and snorted it because you don't take them there.
Yes, we leash our dogs on the beach because we're rule followers.
Oh, isn't that nice? I bet you let them shit all over the beach, so you're not talking about that.
We leash our dogs on the beach because we're rule followers.
And then they hang out with us on the couch.
They hang out on the furniture that Mark said dogs are never allowed on.
They don't shed.
They sleep in our bed.
The thought of having a dog sleeping on your bed, I never thought I would relinquish that line in the sand.
You don't just have dogs sleeping on the bed. You invite the dog up to play with you on the bed.
Yeah, now I do.
I mean, I shot a video of you recently.
Lena and I have a close bond.
But what's so funny is I remember.
What do you remember?
The day I brought her home.
I remember very well I don't want to use the word threatening me because you couldn't really threaten me. You were living in Vancouver. But you laid down the law. You put your foot down. You put your metaphorical foot down, and you said you will not bring another dog into that house. We already have a dog. She's old. We will not he made it about the older dog. You could traumatize her. Okay? Now, at this point, Mark did not realize that I had moved Chewy into the marital bed because he had been living in Vancouver for quite a long time. And then during the pandemic, he got stuck in Vancouver and was forced to stay there. So not only did I move one dog into the bed, I got a secondary backup dog. I got the heir and the spare, if you will, and moved them both into the bed.
Yeah, a dog. I remember, and Lena has, I guess it'd be like IBS or irritable bowel, and she demonstrated that right quite often, a lot when we first got her. And I was just like, I can't believe we've got this stuff.
Well, Kelly's got to clean it up. Clean up that dog shit. Oh my God.
In Vancouver and was forced to stay there. So not only did I move one dog into the bed, I got a secondary backup dog. I got the heir and the spare, if you will, and moved them both into the bed.
Yeah, a dog. I remember, and Lena has, I guess it'd be like IBS or she has irritable bowel, and she demonstrated that right quite often, a lot when we first got her. And I was just like, I can't believe we've got this dog. But now she's better, and we're in love. We are in love. Hey, I wanted to talk about this story.
Okay.
In New York, when you walk down the street, especially in front of the high-rises, of the residential high-rises, you'll see a doorman. And these guys are the heartbeat. The heartbeat of the buildings that you live in. They know all the gossip.
Oh, yeah.
They keep you safe. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so nice. There are 4 sisters that are pregnant at the same time. They are due within 6 months of each other, and they live over there in Scotland. And here they are. You can see them in different stages of pregnancy. They vary in age from 41 to 24, and they're all pregnant with children, I'm assuming from different fathers.
Yes.
Doesn't really. Gelman.
You never know in the United Kingdom, right? You never know. They all could be the uncle.
I'm assuming from different fathers.
Yes.
Doesn't really. Gelman.
Don't try to make it into reality.
I'm not. I'm just saying it doesn't specifically say in this article. But that's going to be exciting, you know, to have like
the grandparents.
yeah.
What did Gelman say? Don't try to make it something.
Yes.
Doesn't really. Gelman.
Don't try to make it into reality.
I'm not. I'm just saying it doesn't specifically say in this article. But that's going to be exciting. You know, to have like
the grandparents. Yeah, can you imagine?
Exactly.
All our kids are expecting. What age do you think you officially feel old?
It depends on the kind of person you are.
They're saying that millennials now, we're born in the 80s, right? The age is around 40, 41. You start feeling. I think the age is. I remember when my parents used to come visit me in New York City, and we'd get into a cab. And then getting out of the cab just took so long. Like the leg and the thing and the thing.
Well, they were like our age.
Yeah, they were our age. And I've noticed that I'm starting to, it's like a thing. Getting out of the cab and my foot
Well, you want to make sure you don't fall.
Yeah, it's not that. And I'm like, and I'm like not as flexible, and my balance and that platform that you step on seems like this big now. And I look like I'm getting old. Yeah, I look like my dad getting out of a cab.
You know, it's so funny. Like I feel like I was born older. Like when I was a kid and a youngster, I felt older than I was. And you remember when we met, you would say that I felt like I was decades older than you.
No, I called you a cougar.
Yeah, he called me a cougar. I'm 6 months older than him, but he looked at me as somebody that was like 30 years older.
Robbing the cradle.
No,
I do remember you saying that, yeah.
And now, though, I feel like now that everybody else has caught up. I feel like I'm the youngster in the bunch of us. Like, I feel way younger than my peer
But
group.
you do have that knee that creaks a little bit when you come downstairs. That knee.
I've been having... Okay.
You come from a long line of knees.
We'll reveal it. I'm not ashamed. I've got a knee that's been bothering me. My right knee has been bothering me. And
down the stairs, right?
Sometimes down the stairs, oddly, sometimes going up the stairs. Sometimes it doesn't bother me at all. But it's happening. Right. And I come from a family of people with
bad knees.
Knee stuff. My dad has a bad knee from driving the bus for 30 years at New Jersey Transit. It's the clutch.
Yeah.
You know, the clutch knee.
And the other knee?
His other knee is just old.
Didn't he have a double knee?
He had one knee done, and he's decided not to do the other knee because he was like, I'm not going back through that again.
Right, right.
Yes, he's made a decision.
He's gonna limp along there.
He's gonna limp along. Yeah. But I mean, I just think, but I feel emotionally young.
I agree. I mean, I watch you do your dance classes. You're dancing around like a little bunny and stuff like that. Just hopping around.
Dancing around like a little bunny.
Yes.
Bunnies, as you know, the most graceful of all the animals in the animal kingdom.
Antelope, like an antelope.
Antelope.
It sucks. You know, you figure you get a knee surgery, and the fact that you think it didn't go good enough, where now you can get your other knee done. He got his left knee done, which was the one he used to step on the clutch, and now he doesn't want to get his right knee done because it was so horrid and it was so horrific, the first experience. And it's not, and the results, the rewards of his, the rewards of the risk reward factor didn't come out. He doesn't feel like the benefit from it was worth all the effort and all the pain and everything he went through going through it. He'd rather have a bad right knee. That says something about the doctors or knee surgery, especially when you have your daughter who can probably afford the best surgeons in town. He's just like, nah, screw it. I'd rather walk with a cane. Because I don't want to go through the surgery and the rehab and having to lay in a bed for 6 weeks or 8 weeks.
Just hopping around.
Put in the comments.
Hopping around.
Dancing around like a little bunny.
Yes.
Bunnies, as you know, the most graceful of all the animals in the animal kingdom.
Antelope, like an antelope.
Antelope.
Like an antelope. Like a gazelle. Oh yeah, the gazelles are small.
Gazelles. That's nice.
Like a water buffalo.
Like a greyhound.
Like a greyhound. Like a greyhound. What are we talking about? We have a huge show today. Big show.
Michael J. Fox is here.
And Andrew McCarthy is here. You know, I got to work with Andrew. He still has those eyes, those Andrew McCarthy eyes.
I know. It's like all of our, I don't know, ladies, if you're my age here, all of our crushes are here.
Yeah.
I suppose that's how we're wrapping up I Love Mom Week by giving us
Kelly,
some
just to
crushes.
you.
Yes. It concludes, that's right, when Steve Patterson gives New Yorkers the mother of all quizzes.
All right, it's time for live Grow For It Spring Trivia.
That was our trivia dancer, Gabby in Cavoria from Florida.
Let's say hello to Brendan DeReese. Brenda DeReese from Topsfield, Massachusetts, whose watches is on WCV.
New Yorkers, the mother of all quizzes.
All right, it's time for live Grow For It Spring Trivia.
That was our trivia dancer, Gabby in Cavoria from Florida.
Let's say hello to Brendan DeReese. Brenda DeReese from Topsfield, Massachusetts, whose watches is on WCVB. Topsfield,
Oh,
Massachusetts.
people from WCBD
All right.
in the house.
Brenda, you've given us two statements. One's true, one's false. If we decide which one is true, we have stumped you. But if you don't, you stump us and you get this.
Brenda, we've never met, but I've never wanted you to stump somebody more in my life.
Good morning, Brenda. All right, here are your two statements. I have never learned how to ice skate. Living in Massachusetts, not likely. Or I've been a ballroom dancer for 20 years.
Are you a competitive ball?
Everyone, put in your comments your first impression. I don't know. She's been a ballroom dancer for 20 years. She's going to have to answer some questions about ballroom dancing, so she must know something about it. So what are the chances she has been that she hasn't been a ballroom dancer, and that's a lie, but she knows a lot? It just seems too obvious. I'm going to say that never learned how to ice skate because she's not from Massachusetts. She lives in Massachusetts. She could be born and raised in South. I'm going to say never learned how to ice skate is the truth, and this is the lie. The ballroom's a lie. Put in the comment section. Make mama happy.
Learned how to ice skate. Living in Massachusetts, not likely. Or I've been a ballroom dancer for 20 years.
First of all, just because you live in Massachusetts doesn't mean that you have to learn how to ice skate. Not everyone that lives in cold weather states learn how to ice skate. It's not like she lives in Canada. So even if she moved to Massachusetts when she was in her 20s or 30s, you think the first thing people do when they move to Massachusetts is, I got to learn how to ice skate or else how am I going to survive out here in these brutal, 4-month winters? Like, what do you only ice skate like 3 months a year? You think people want to go and ice skate?
Two statements I have never learned.
There are kids that are born and raised in Massachusetts that don't learn to ice skate. So I'm going to say that is the truth. Idiot.
Never met, but I've never wanted you to stump somebody more in my life.
Good morning, Brenda. All right, here are your two statements. I have never learned how to
How
ice.
presumptuous of you that everyone in Massachusetts learns to ice skate when they're a kid. Like it's I don't know, like when you're in Texas, you learn how to, it's like saying everyone that was born in Texas learns how to rope cows and do rodeo stuff. That's not even close. Maybe play football when they're younger, but not like rodeo. You're going a little too. That's stereotypical trope judging. Mark.
Brenda, we've never met, but I've never wanted you to stump somebody more in my life.
Good morning, Brenda. All right, here are your two statements. I have never learned how to ice skate. Living in Massachusetts, not likely. Or I've been a ballroom dancer for 20 years.
Are you a competitive ballroom dancer, Brenda?
I have competed.
In what discipline of ballroom dancing?
Well, there's waltz and cha-cha, ring.
Okay.
Is there one that's harder than the other?
Some would say there are some harder. Yeah.
Okay. She's concealing her voice. I can't understand anything she's saying. Okay, does anybody else in your family ice skate? Why have you resisted?
No, no one in my family skates.
And, well, nothing really to go from there.
Did it scare you? Did you take a fall? Did you you're ice adverse? What's the reason?
I tried when I was very young, tried it once and fell down and actually.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie. All I should say is just like I never ice skate. I don't come from a family of ice skaters. My parents don't ice skate. My parents aren't from Massachusetts, so when I was little, they just never took me ice skating. They never taught me. As I grew up, I never asked, and that's about it. I mean, I went to ice skating parties. I mean, I tried when I was younger and couldn't really do it, and I really didn't care if I couldn't do it. I had no desire to take lessons. I didn't have no desire. I mean, it was, anytime I've been ice skating at friends' birthday parties, I just, I guess all because she had added that little bit of information that no one asked about her falling down, which just happened to be what he said.
What's the reason?
So he just copied what he said, and that gave it away to her. He's going to guess and get it right.
And fell down and actually.
Atta girl.
Atta girl.
You know what they say? If at first you don't succeed, just quit.
Quit and
Yeah, she gets it tight. Go for it, Mark. You're the big know-it-all of this game.
All right. I have a feeling.
You have a feeling?
I have a feeling that you're a brilliant ice skater. Okay. I think that you really do ice skate, and I think that the one that's true is that you've been a ballroom dancer. I'm sorry. The one that's true is that you've been a ballroom dancer for 20 years.
That's correct.
See, I got it right too. She gave it away.
Sorry you don't get the mug.
It's okay.
But you're going to win something.
You know what? Brenda, you lost this mug for a nation.
I'm telling you, all she had to do was just say, like, "Oh, how come? How come you never skated?" Just be like, "I just never went when I was little. My parents, never really were skaters. They never took me ice skating, and I didn't really have friends that were all about ice skating. It was never really introduced to me, and I never had any desire to learn. I can't tell you. I guess watching ice skating on the Olympics, nothing ever made me say, "Mom, Dad, I want to do that." I was never drawn to it. No one really introduced it to me, and as I got older, it stayed the same. I have other interests. I'm just not that person.
I'm so sorry.
All right, you still have a chance to win a great prize. Deja, spin that wheel. Oh, this is a great prize. A trip for two to the Veranda Resort and Spa in Antigua. 7 days, 6 nights in a waterfront suite. All inclusive. It's a prize valued at $7,900. You have 20 seconds and only one guess, Brenda. Good luck.
All right, here we go, Brenda. Earlier this week, we talked with the Stallone family. What time did Sylvester Stallone's daughter say he woke them up every morning when they were growing up?
5:30. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. That's tough. I think it's 5:30.
5 a.m.?
There you go.
5 a.m. That's what I said.
Congratulations! You and a guest will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at the Veranda Resort and Spa, located on the beautiful island of Antigua. This all-inclusive Caribbean vacation paradise is nestled on 30 spectacular oceanfront acres overlooking a tranquil bay and offers an 18-hole mini golf course, water sports, 4 restaurants, and so much more. Your prize is valued at approximately $7,900.
I'm back. Brenda, congratulations. I'm so grateful that you won the prize since you were robbed of the mug.
I know. Oh, well, I have a mug.
You already have it.
And a trip. But with the wrong name on it.
That's right. Thank you very much, you guys.
Yes, thank you so much, Brenda. Coming up next, Michael J. Fox.
Still ahead on Live, we wrap up I Love Mom Week when Steve Patterson hits the streets with the mother of all quizzes, Andrew McCarthy. And coming up next, Michael J. Fox.
When Brenda. Coming up next, Michael J. Fox.
Still ahead on Live, we wrap up. Still ahead on Live, we wrap up.
Oh, come on. You could do better than that.
Brenda. Coming up next, Michael J. Fox.
Still ahead on Live, we wrap up. Still ahead on Live, we wrap up.
Onto the TV and movie screens in the 80s, please welcome the magnificent.
What's your favorite fruit, everyone? You like blueberries? I like berries.
Welcome back, everybody. On Monday's show, Aquafina will be here.
Also, we have Rainn Wilson.
All right, get ready. He has been a household name since he burst onto the TV and movie screens in the 80s. Please welcome the magnificent Michael J. Fox.
Why didn't he walk out like everyone else?
I mean, come on. It can't get old.
This is such a day. Right, you.
I'm not going to ask you this because you must hate it. Do you hate when people are asking you, how do you feel? How are you feeling?
No. I mean, I think that people, my family, I speak of it most directly. So I don't fall and hurt myself because I have a lot. And so, I mean, I'll pick up a spoon and say, sort of.
Yeah.
Like, fix my car. I'll say, sort of. And that's what kill me. It's all fine.
Yeah.
So they're really concerned about the little things. But life is pretty much around my family. It's just normal.
You know, I've got to say, as famous as you are for all of your work in television and film, you are almost as famous, if not as famous, for your fight that you have led for those people living with Parkinson's disease and all work, dedication, fundraising, and you have big news to share.
Well, we had this not for a couple of weeks now, but we narrowed it down to a biomarker, which is like huge. Up until this breakthrough, like when I was diagnosed, I was 29 years old. I had a twitch in my pinky finger, and by that point, 70% of the dopamine producing cells in my brain were already dead. So now we have a way now. So I work to be able to find that much sooner, to treat it much sooner. Hopefully, the drug companies see an opportunity to make some money, which is fine. We'll jump into that hole and fill up the products that will help us based on this new information. So it really is big.
But having that biomarker, that advanced one is key.
Michael, you're from Canada. You dropped out of high school and your dad agreed to drive you to LA to go for your dream to be an actor. How did you convince him to do that?
I don't know. I'm trying if I spiked his beard. But he said to me, I told him I wanted to Los Angeles. And he has to free me, by the way, from mumbling. Not to mumble. But I knew I wanted to be on the stage. I knew I wanted to be an actor. And my father, I knew he'd think I was a hippie idiot and let me go. And so my dad was in the army. Everybody who was in the army was a hippie.
Right.
Yes.
I was a hippie. And so he said, he looked me in the eye and said, if you want to be a lumberjack, you might as well go to the forest. So he got me in the car and drove me to California.
It's such faith. I mean, he must have seen something in you that we all saw right away. But from what I understand, the creators of Family Ties did not.
So you're a hippie. You're a self-described hippie, but you played this super, super conservative Ronald Reagan supporter.
He said to me, I told him I wanted to Los Angeles. And he has to free me, by the way, from mumbling. Not to mumble. But I knew I wanted to be on the stage. I knew I wanted to be an actor. And my father, I knew he'd think I was a hippie idiot and let me go. And so my dad was in the army. Everybody who was in the army was a hippie.
Right.
Yes.
I was a hippie. And so he said, he looked me in the eye and said, if you want to be a lumberjack, you might as well go to the forest. So he got me in the car and drove me to California.
It's such faith. I mean, he must have seen something in you that we all saw right away. But from what I understand,
parents that are, even if they're supportive when their high schooler says, I want to be an actor, they'll probably look to something like local theater, or maybe they'll even get into like some casting agency in Canada and say, can you send some headshots? He's like, no, if you're going to go for it big. Jump in the deep end. We're going to go to Hollywood, California. We're going to go everywhere, and we're going to get you in the big time. We're not going to sit here and, let you spend 5 years of your prime years trying to get into local Canadian production. I mean, pretty much you could have done that. You could have said, because there's lots of Canadian television shows and stuff. But remember, this was the 70s. This is the late 70s. So cable was a very, very new thing. What was he going to do? Get into local Canadian television? I mean, maybe there were Canadian television shows on like the ABC affiliates and stuff, but he was like, no, let's go for the big one, huh?
Forest. So you got me in the car and drove me to California.
It's such faith. I mean, he must have seen something in you that we all saw right away. But from what I understand, the creators of Family Ties.
I don't think he saw anything as much as he was just very, very like liberal with it. It's like, yo, my son wants to do something, I'm going to say yes. And if he fails, he falls on his butt. That's fine. At least I can say, hey, I gave him a shot. He's the type that would just rather do that instead of saying, hey, like, no, you got to finish high school and then go to college. And then after that, we'll, try to, and I'll drive you here to try to get auditions. And like, no, you know what I mean? You want to be an actor, drop out of high school, fine. And I won't feel guilty if you're 40 years old, working at a grocery store, with a GED and no Hollywood stardom. Who am I to tell you no, right? I just don't want to be blamed.
All saw right away. But from what I understand, the creators of Family Ties did not want you for the role of Alex P. Keaton, which I cannot imagine another person being Alex P. Keaton.
Hey, they saw Matthew Broderick is who they. Well, I love Matthew.
They wanted Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, they know somebody they want. There isn't you.
Right.
That's the story of being an actor. It's like you never what they want, but you stick around long enough and they get used to you.
Yeah.
Same with the talk show hosts.
Yeah.
What are you on day 12 now?
Yes, let's clap. Yes, the sick person made a joke. Let's act like it's super.
The same was true. I have to say you're really great at this. You know this. You've known you both for a long time.
We've known each other.
No, you're just being you, and it's fantastic.
Thanks, Michael.
I was worried to be somebody else, but you're doing. Thank you.
So now, you're on Family Ties,
right? You're on Family Ties, and you almost didn't get cast in Back to the Future because the two directors and the producers said you didn't have time to do it, and they didn't tell you.
It's more complicated. It's really stupid. Pretty simple. I got Family Ties, and then before any of that kicked in, the head of the studio, like Gary, decided he'd hire me now. He liked me all of a sudden, and then the network didn't like me, and Brandon Tarkoff said, "Do you see the face on a lunchbox?" So I was like, wow, that's weird. I don't know how to do that.
Oh my gosh, we have a picture.
I mean, my lunchbox.
With your face on a lunchbox. You said it to him?
Love and kisses. I actually said, this is where you put your crow in. He gets a nice zest till they pass. Yeah, a nice zest.
That's amazing. If you could have put a crow in there, that would have been even better.
A little sticky.
Yeah.
So then that's a longer question. So then I was doing Family Ties, and Gary Goldberg and Steven Spielberg were very good friends. Gary Goldberg. So Gary Goldberg is the producer of Family Ties, and Steven is the producer of everything. And Steven Spielberg. So they talked about me being able to do this movie. Steven was directing about 6 weeks before I ever heard about it. And Gary said, I can't let him go. He's the conflict. He's a show, it's conflict. Yeah. And I was eating to be for the show. So then 6 weeks later, Meredith got pregnant. And so I had time to do Teen Wolf. And then my whole life began, how do I get over Teen Wolf? How do I survive this?
I love Teen Wolf.
I loved it. And then Gary called me to his office and he had this envelope. He said, I didn't tell you this, but 6 weeks ago, Stephen came to me, a movie that they had written, especially with you in mind. We shot for 6 weeks with another actor.
But, Eric Stoltz, by the way.
What you think? I picked it up and went, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And he said, well, the other thing is you have to do Family Ties in the daytime and Back to the Future at night. So,
oh my gosh.
That's what I did. I was 22 years old. I was just like, I'd get 5 minutes of wait time.
Only 22-year-olds have the energy to work day and night simultaneously. No wonder so much of that film was shot in the dark.
Well, you realize
night stuff.
If you look at it, there's a lot of night scenes. Obviously, the scene at the mall. There's a scene when he crashes into the building. There's a lot of nighttime scenes, and a lot of the daytime scenes we could always film later, but there's a lot of nighttime scenes. A lot of the indoor scenes were shot at night, and believe it or not, you know, that took up a lot of the movie. You know, try to watch the movie. If you ever watch the movie step by step, I dare you to go pinpoint how many scenes were shot outside during the daytime. A lot of the movie is either nighttime or indoors. And so even if it's daytime, like in the high school, obviously the character gets up, he goes to school. You know, you see me in the high school, it's, you know, he's late to school. It's like 8:30 in the morning, but we shot that like at 11 o'clock at night. You're just not able to tell. The audition scene with the guitar.
And the shots were.
What the fuck, dude?
All my stuff is nice stuff, and the shots were like dinner table, everybody sitting around. They had all shot their stuff with Eric.
He said Eric. He said the magic words.
Energy to work day and night simultaneously. No wonder so much of that film was shot in the dark.
All my stuff is nice stuff, and the shots were like dinner table, everybody sitting around. They had all shot their stuff with Eric, with the other actors. So what happened was, I was acting to them, acting to Eric.
That's unbelievable.
Did you have trouble keeping it like remembering which character you were playing from the daytime to night?
I was insane.
Yeah.
I was insane. You've seen the movie. If you've seen the movie, it's a really good movie.
It's a great movie.
All credit to the director.
Yeah.
But they would hook me up and I'd be hanging from wires and stuff, and then they get off and go back to work. So it was intense period of time. But you're 23 years old. I called my mother. I told my mother that Steven Spielberg wants me to do this movie. My mom said, "No, you should tell her."
Mike, will you stick around for another segment? We have to take a commercial break. Well, with Michael J. Fox in a minute. We're going to talk about
Still ahead on live. Andrew. Still ahead on live. Andrew McCarthy.
The story of me. Take two.
Experience the documentary that critics are raving about. It's a deeply satisfying portrait of a legend with undeniable emotional power.
Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? To deny that part of me that wants to continue to go on and do things is to quit. We'll overcome this and you'll be better days.
Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. Rated R.
I'm a tough son of a cockroach. I've been through a lot of stuff.
You can't kill a cockroach.
Can't kill a cockroach.
Nice and slowly, nice and slowly. There you go. Beautiful. Good. Stop and reset.
All right, yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay. Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you. You're not around my feet.
That's a scene from Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. It's about your career. It's about living with Parkinson's. What does the word still imply?
Well, it has a lot of meanings, as Douglas Davis, the director, it was like, for me, he asked me a long time ago, I think I'd written in my book, but I couldn't be still until I could be still. It was essentially saying until I had no control over my my body, my idea of serenity completely changed. So I couldn't find the serenity until I couldn't be still. I had to learn it because I was insane. So I couldn't be still until I couldn't be still. He took it and meant it to be still as in still. And I'm Michael Fox movie, and I was like, still the same old junk I was spelling in the 80s. He said just like he wanted it to be a fun 80s movie,
Right.
which was really a documentary about a guy with Parkinson's. Just a lot to giggle. But really, it's funny. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Not because I'm in it, but they similar.
Yeah.
They did the same with the film. I can't explain it. It's they took all the bits of my movie career and applied it to my life. So when I was falling in love with Tracy, it was this shot in Greenwich Village where we were walking together. And it was dark and silhouette, and I'm like, that's when I fell in love with my wife, and I got her in.
Yeah.
So it really is special. I think you really like it.
You know, when you were diagnosed with Parkinson's, you kept it a secret for 7 years. And, you know, I would think that would be a hard secret to keep. Was there a thought process behind it? Were you just so afraid of being treated or looked at differently suddenly?
Yeah, I'm afraid of the stigma. I'm afraid of. I was most afraid of because I have such a great relationship with you guys that you wouldn't laugh if you knew I was sick. So I had the same head. And finally, you got to everything I did. It was my left hand was really bad, and so you watch all this old footage of me. And I submit my left hand at all times because it's a resting tremor. If it's resting, it'll tremor. But if you keep it busy, it'll be okay. So you notice everything I did. I had a phone, I had a pencil, I had a hat, I had a small dog, and it just it got me through for a lot of years. But then it just got to be impossible. The thing that I don't take credit for anything. I'm not taking credit for it. But there's some ladies who can shop now. Maybe 20 years ago, people shopping. Couldn't open her bag and from blood her hands because nobody knew what was going on with her. And now she would say, that's what saying Michael Fox has. Yeah. And people know, and that's a gift, and that's such a present to me.
People to feel seen. It's a big deal. And
Congratulations. We heard you're going to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Museum of Moving Image.
that's a big deal. Well deserved.
Yeah, you know you get older. They said,
Stick around long enough to get those Lifetime Achievement Awards.
is that rolling in?
Everyone, make sure you see Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. It's streaming now on Apple Plus. And I thank you for joining us. We love having you. Great to have you here.
Monday on Live from The Little Mermaid, Aquafina.
Wouldn't it be great if everything could be fast and easy? Well, nothing's easier than saving money. Extra $400.
Did you and Michael ever work together, or were you guys busy auditioning against each other for similar roles? Kind of curious if that ever did you cross each other's paths at parties? I'm sure there had to be a lot of parties in New York and LA where a bunch of young kids in their early mid-20s were going to, and I'm sure you had to see each other cross paths in your early 20s, in the early to mid 80s, going to a lot of those parties with Rob Lowe and I don't know, Eric Stoltz, Molly Ringwald, Emilio, maybe even still, what's his name? Maybe even Travolta might have been at some of those parties.
Your entire purchase. Plus, don't pay anything for a year.
That was before he might have been a little closer to 30 than you, but you're around the same. He might have been 5 or 6 years older, but this is before he met Kelly, so he might have been, you're like, oh God, here comes Travolta. You're talking to a girl, and Travolta's swinging, but hey, Andrew, can I talk to your girlfriend? And you're like, she's not my girlfriend. Oh, well then, hey, I'm just gonna take her. Then, oh, what's your name?
Don't pay anything for a year.
Come on. I swear to fucking God.
Our Memorial Day sales event ends May 31st. For an appointment, call 312-815-6622.
You're engaged? We should all go to Italy.
Bachelorette. It's time to grab your friends and book your tickets for the most fabulous adventure of the year.
I'm going to cause an international incident.
Book Club, the next chapter.
What are we doing next?
Rated PG-13. Only in theaters today.
Welcome back. We loved him in films like Pretty in Pink and Weekend at Bernie's. He's also a director and best-selling author who writes about walking 500 miles across Spain with his son in a new book, Walking with Sam. Please welcome Andrew McCarthy.
You know, I forgot that you directed Mark in Alpha House.
Oh, yeah, he was a very difficult actor.
He's very difficult. Yeah, very difficult. Do you remember, what do you remember from that episode?
Well,
or was it more than...
a number of episodes,
Yeah.
but the one I remember most is when you wore a nice toga.
Oh.
Do you remember that one?
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. I leaned into that. And I leaned into it is one way to put that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I no judgment, but it was hard to get it off him.
No, believe me, I think he wanted to wear it home.
I got to say, it was such a pleasure working with you. I think that actors have a distinct window into how to talk to other actors while they're directing them. And
Well, I mean,
fantastic.
I have all the actor neuroses that there are, so I see other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you are also, in addition to being a great actor, a great director, you're a brilliant writer, and you're a travel writer.
I am, yeah.
And have you gone any place exotic lately that you can tell us about?
Yeah, I just came back from Botswana in Africa. I was doing a story for a magazine. Yeah, went on a safari thing. I took my youngest, my 9-year-old son with me, which was kind of amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
There we are. There are the elephants in the background. He's not too interested in them. Yeah.
That is a gig, right? You get
Oh my God.
Does the magazine pay for it? Or?
Yeah, the magazine.
I mean, come on, you guys. This is what you want to be, a travel writer for a magazine.
No, it's fantastic. Yeah. And it was great taking my son. It was a bit daunting. You know, he had to go poop once, and and we were out there, and I said, Sam, so Roe, we're gonna dig a hole.
Dig a hole.
And he was like, what do you mean? And so he did, and that was his big, when we FaceTimed his mom, he talked about that before the elephant.
Oh, yeah.
So that was,
It's a bucket list moment.
I'm just going to grow up loving you telling the story.
Your kids have to be, at this point, they have to be expert travelers.
And my kids, I believe in sort of creating little citizens of the world, And my wife is Irish, so we have a home there, so we're always back.
I'm sure he's going to grow up loving this viral clip showing his high school friends in 7 years.
Forth, and it's just kind of a constant mess. But I do, when I was a kid, my parents said, we'll go to Europe when you're old enough to appreciate it. And we never went. So. I'm not sure what that meant, but I've been taking my kids long before they're old enough to appreciate it, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
Now, we're such big fans of your work as an actor. I mean, we were like, it was such a
Can I just say, you guys are great together. I've been glad to do this together.
Thank you.
I think it's great. It's awesome.
Like, I would recognize you anywhere. You have those Andrew McCarthy eyes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say that when he hits you with those
He hits you with the piercing,
blue
penetrative eyes.
But your kids were much younger. They didn't know about your body of work. What what happened when they found out about it?
Well, it was funny because I kept it sort of, I guess because my success when I was young was so kind of traumatic in a certain way to me that I kept it for my kids. I just didn't want them to, I don't know what I was thinking. And then when my eldest was, Sam, was about 8 or 9, we were in Wyoming and on a family road trip, and we were in a diner together, and a waitress came up and cornered me. She goes, you're the guy from Mannequin. I'm like, yeah.
Mannequin.
Yeah. And so anyway, so she started taking pictures, and we started doing autographs. She went and got the cook and brought him out, and we're all just taking pictures, and I'm just dying. And my son, my 9-year-old, who doesn't really know a lot about any of this, kind of looked, and at the end I said, "So, Sammy, how is that for you?" And he said, "Oh, Dad,
I was so proud.
Oh.
And I was like, but I realized in that instant I did everything wrong as a parent in like keeping such a big part of my life, separate from my kids.
No,
And so
but that's
since
a
then-
sweet reaction because it could have gone. I mean, he could have been like,
Don't they know better?
Who are you? What do you do for a living?
No, but yeah, since then it's all been fair game, and they know everything.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to talk about your new book, Walking with Sam. We're going to take a commercial break. He walked 500 miles across Spain with his son. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Tuesday on Live, Joe McHale. Monday on Live from Disney's The Little Mermaid.
Something about you seems different. I can't quite figure it out.
Aquafina on Becoming Scuttle. Plus, Rainn Wilson.
Shop now at Mattress.
Alone.
Oh my fucking god.
Firm.
We are back with Andrew McCarthy, who's written a new book, Walking with Sam. It's about the 500 miles journey through Spain with your son. Tell us about it. You've done it before alone, right?
Yeah, it's a thing called the Camino de Santiago, which is this ancient pilgrimage route across the north of Spain for 500 miles. And I did it about 26 years ago as a young man, and it was really life-changing for me.
Emilio Estevez was just here talking about that, about him. He has a new movie coming out, and it's all centered about his character and going on the walk like with his dad. And he was talking about how in real life he went on that walk, or they drove it. Him and his son drove it, and his son drove it with his dad, and they met Emilio Estevez's son met his wife there because they were staying at like a little motel, and he fell in love with like the owner's daughter. That's funny because Emilio was just talking about that like last week, and how his new movie is centered around a character doing that, and he added on to a movie. It's a whole thing. I don't really remember. Shows how much I'm in tune with our guests. I have so many.
Man, and it was really life-changing for me. I think I had a lot of, I guess what we now call imposter syndrome when I was young and successful in movies, and I was like, how did this happen to me? And
Yeah, why is it happening? Yeah.
Right, and like, I'm walking across Spain somehow really just...
Because you're good looking and you had that look. You just had that look, kind of a dorky, good looking guy with the goofy teeth. People want to cheer for you, and you're like, I'm not really. He's probably looking in the mirror thinking, I'm not even really that good of an actor. I keep on getting all these movies, and then I watch the movies, and I feel like I'm so bad. And then once the good looks fade, you realize you're not really getting a lot of stuff. Although he was the assassin on Good Girls, but he never felt confident in his ability. The question is, did he want to be an actor, or did someone just present him with the opportunity of being in movies, and he said, sure? Because when you don't want to be an actor, but the opportunity is presented, you feel like a fake. If you want to be an actor and you work hard at it, you feel confident that you're good.
How did this happen to me?
Yeah, why is it happening? Yeah.
Right, and like, I'm walking across Spain somehow really just brought me home in myself and made me feel like, I earned my way across the country. And it was a real life-changing trip for me. And I talked about it in my house for 25 years. And one day my son was 19 and he was sort of just cusping manhood and about to go out into the world. And I wanted to sort of transition our relationship to adult one as opposed to parent-kid kind of thing, I left home at 17 and my relationship with my dad essentially ended for the rest of it, and that was the biggest regret of my life, and that's the last thing I want to happen with my kids. So I invited my son to come with me and to walk across.
Now, as a 19-year-old, what was he going through? Was he going through stuff?
Like, he's 19, he was going through stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's, being 19, he had just broken up with his girlfriend, so he broken up with his first love, and so he was heartbroken, and that's how I got him.
You walked in, you say, walk it off, son.
Yeah,
walk it
I
off.
said, walk it off. And he wasn't paying any attention. He just said, okay, I'll go. And at that instant, I went into the other room, bought 2 tickets for Spain, and 2 days later, we were walking, and he didn't know what hit him.
Wow.
And,
you didn't give him a chance to back out.
No, exactly.
Photo.
And on the second day, he said to me, Dad, what's the point of this effing walk? And he didn't say effing, and then
the opening line of the book.
It almost is. And on the last day, he said, Dad, that's the only 10 out of 10 thing I've ever done in my life.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
Walking with Sam is available wherever books are sold.
Make sure you pick it up.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Brilliant. Next, Steve Patterson and Mom on the streets of New York.
Monday on Live, Rainn Wilson.
Hi.
To do a 10 out of 10 thing, that's got to be something that you think would be cool, but you don't want to do it. And it's something that you hate doing, and it's too much, and you hate yourself for doing it. But at the end, you hate yourself, and then it's not till you
It's food.
You look back and you say, that's something I would never, ever do again, but I'm glad I did it that one time. That's a true 10 out of 10. Like running a marathon for someone that doesn't even like walking. You hate it, you hate it, you hate it. It takes you 10 hours to finish the marathon. You're never going to do it again, but you're glad you did it because you got a story. Oh, my God.
Moms who keep it real, keep us laughing, and the moms changing the world. Next, Tamron Hall.
Today at 1 on ABC 7.
I don't know if you know this, Mark, but it's Mother's Day on Sunday.
I know.
Yeah.
It's this Mother's Day this Sunday. And yes, you loved your mom, but how well do you really know her? Our friend Steve Patterson scoured the streets of New York with the mother of all quizzes. Check it out.
Hello, boom. I'll put you on TV. Look, there's a camera. We're calling this the mother of all quizzes, by the way. We like the title, don't we?
Love
the title is good. I'm going to quiz you about your mother, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get dramatic music, please. But still kind of upbeat because it's Mother's Day. A little more dramatic than that. That's it. Okay, here we go. Where was your mother born?
Italy.
Is this true?
This is true.
Oh my gosh, you're doing great. What is your mother's favorite show?
The Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, is that right? Is Andy Cohen watching? There you go. Free plug. Who is her favorite child?
See, this isn't fair because the mother could just lie because we don't know any better. The host doesn't know. What's her favorite food? Her favorite food could be Swedish pancakes, and she's going to say pizza. And mom will be like, yeah, that's right. So let me guess. All the kids are going to get perfect scores about their moms because their moms aren't writing their answers down first like the Newlywed Game. So it's all rigged. This isn't fun. But I'm going to leave it on for you because I know my audience loves this shit.
Yo.
Is that right? Is Andy Cohen watching? There you go. Free plug. Who is her favorite child?
I
saw your video. Okay, you're from the agreement. That is funny. It's funny now. It's therapy later. Where are you from? France. Oh. Bonjour, je m'appelle Etienne.
Perfect. The next in French, please.
That's funny. Okay, a French roast. I didn't anticipate that. Calling this. Do we have graphics for this now? I think we do. The mother of all quizzes. What is your mother's middle name?
Whoa.
Doesn't know your middle name?
The name of my mother.
Dominique. Okay. Off to a rough start here. Where was your mother born?
In Versailles? Yes.
Could you say that again? I just want to hear it again.
Versailles.
Versailles. How do you say Kelly and Mark in French?
Kelly and Mark. Mark.
Kelly.
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 And Mark.
And Mark. Okay.
Who's repeating who now? I feel like I should have focused in French. I took 7 years of French through high school and into college. Oui. No. Do you know your mother's middle name?
Pretty.
Ritty?
Yes.
You feeling the momentum already? Where was your mother born?
Ghana.
Ghana? Okay, good. What is your mother's favorite animal?
Dog.
That felt like a safe answer. Is it a dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Your mother's favorite food is what?
Couple?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. It's an African dish.
Wonderful. This is great. You guys are killing it. Don't get ice cream on her, guys. That'll ruin the whole vibe. Guess what you guys just got yourselves involved with?
I have no idea.
And I am trusting that the graphic is even better now. It is the mother of all quizzes. Wow. Look at that graphic. That was incredible. Where was your mother born?
What the fuck? What is this shit? You ran into a problem. What is this bullshit?
Look, we made it from scratch, so you can enjoy it poured, twirled.
What the fuck is this bullshit?
Pretty.
Gritty?
Yes.
You feeling the momentum already? Where was your mother born?
Ghana.
Ghana? Okay, good. What is your mother's favorite animal?
Dog.
That felt like a safe answer. Is it a dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Your mother's favorite food is what?
Couple?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. It's an African dish.
Wonderful. This is great. You guys are killing it. Don't get ice cream on her, guys. That'll ruin the whole vibe. Guess what you guys just got yourselves involved with?
I have no idea.
And I am trusting that the graphic is even better now. It is the mother of all quizzes. Wow. Look at that graphic. That was incredible. Where was your mother born?
Worcester, Massachusetts.
Is that true?
It's true.
1 for 1. What is your mother's favorite animal?
Do you know?
No, I don't know. Does she like animals? I think
Just
so.
guess and she'll
I
lie.
hope so. Okay. Your mother's favorite food is what?
Lobster. Yes.
It is lobster.
Yes.
Have you had lobster in New York?
No.
Oh. Okay.
It's like $150.
Where are you from?
Cape Cod.
Okay. We got a lobster snob over here. What is your mother's favorite show? Do you know? I don't think you know anything about her. It's okay. Mother's favorite movie. Listen, this is a 1 hour show. It's a 1 hour
It's
show. I have to
Mannequin.
move on to brother. Mom's favorite movie. I don't know. I have an idea as to what you guys should do for Mother's Day. Have a conversation with your mother and ask her some intentional questions about her life. Restoring relationships. Here on Live with Kelly and Mark. Just the Lord's work here. Happy Mother's Day. Bye. Time now for, and we think we have a great graphic for it. The mother of all quizzes. Where was your mother born?
Glendale, California.
Carolyn the mom, we go to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
What is your mother's favorite animal?
Dogs.
Is that correct?
Sure.
Half point. What is your mother's favorite food?
Paella.
Mom, is your favorite food paella? That's a no.
I like.
Was that Mario in the background? That guy.
Half point. What is your mother's favorite food?
Paella.
Mom, is your favorite food paella? That's a no.
I like Melinda's cooking, and when she makes that, it's wonderful.
Okay, but not Melinda's paella.
Pistachio ice cream. One of my favorites.
And really, my main takeaway is her favorite food is not Melinda's paella. That's gonna hurt Melinda. Melinda's not gonna recover from that. I know that much. And finally, and you guys look at me. Do not look at mom for this, okay? What is your mom's eye color?
It is blue. I thought they were hazel.
Oh, your mother's eyes were. Okay. I feel like I've hardened this relationship. I know when to see myself out. I've overstayed my welcome. Bye now. Time now for and the graphic keeps getting better. The mother of all quizzes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Where was your mother born?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Mom, is this true?
Yes.
What is your mother's favorite song?
Oh my gosh.
You can we'll believe you. We don't believe her.
Okay. About Time by Lizzo. Yes.
Yes. What color is your mother's hair?
It's the most beautiful brown ever.
That's it. She nailed it, right? How's your Mother's Day? Isn't that sweet? We just had a Mother's Day moment here on Live with Kelly and Mark. I am feeling the good feelings. I'm going to leave now, though, because if I stay, it's awkward. You would agree with that?
That was great. Well done, Steve. I can honestly say I don't think our kids would be able to answer.
You are wrong. You are. We'll be right back.
If you would like to know more about anything you see on Live, log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
believe Kelly was born in Jersey. I don't know the town exactly. Her favorite food has to be either Italian or something Philly related. So I believe your favorite food would be something connected to your childhood. So whether it's something like spaghetti, meatballs, or a bolognese, or maybe a specific type of pasta with the bolognese, or garlic bread, or pretzels, or Philly steak, or gelato. I'm not sure. I don't know why I just want to say like pizza. No. Hold on. All right. I don't know if this is your favorite, but I'm just gonna say goldfish crackers. Goldfish crackers, born in Jersey. Eye color blue.
And can help restore this
Real hair
vital nutrient.
colored like
Cunol, the
curly,
better
nappy,
CoQ10.
strawberry blonde.
Have a great weekend, everybody. On Monday's show, don't forget to tune in for Aquafina.
And Wayne Wilson.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Bye-bye.
Did Mark say Happy Mother's Day to her?
Odyssey Roofing Spring Sales Event is here. Get a new roof starting at $99 a month. Call by Wednesday and get $1,200 off your roof replacement and free gutters. Call Odyssey Roofing today for a free estimate.
Varicose veins and spider veins are not just a cosmetic problem. It could be a sign of a more serious illness. If you or a loved one suffers from varicose veins, spider veins, leg pain or cramps, swollen legs, difficulty standing for a long period of time, or ulcers in the legs, do not delay your visit to USA Vein Clinics. If not treated, the symptoms may become more severe. USA Vein Clinics is one of the leaders in vein care. The treatment only takes 15 minutes, and you can resume normal activity on the same day. The best part is that the treatment is covered by most insurance plans, including Medicare. Take control of your life again and go back to the things you enjoy most. Call now at 847-930-5830. 847-930-5830. USA Vein Clinics.
Odyssey Roofing Spring Sales Event is here. Get a new roof starting at $99 a month. Call by Wednesday and get $1,200 off your roof replacement and free gutters. Call Odyssey Roofing today for a free estimate.
May 12th, and The View starts live right now.
You have every right to be outraged today and angry and never watch this network again.
All of the hot topics on your mind are on the table.
That man you were so upset to hear from last night, he may be president of the United States in less than 2 years.
Plus, Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda, Candace Bergen, and Mary Steenburgen. The cast of Book Club, the next chapter.
What did they say? The older the vine, the sweeter the fruit.
Oh,
yes, we still got it.
And Feel Good Friday with an all-new
All right, you guys, that's it for that episode. I know it was a little fidgety. I apologize, but you can always put in the comment sections how much you're frustrated with me. And I will always appreciate it because anyone that is vulnerable enough to show me your transparency deserves to be lit. All right, that's it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Wait till next episode where they have Aquafina from The Little Mermaid. Come on, if you love The Little Mermaid, you got to watch that next episode. And we'll watch it together because, gosh, we are the united Kelly and Mark Disney family. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of... Wrong song. All right, I'm going to go. Got my eggs burning. I'll talk to you later. See you for the next one. Remember, I love you.